how do you even address this? Like, y'all better not make me get up off this couch. Alright, let's do this. Hello everybody, my name is Brianna and welcome back to CareFreeBri. So glad you could join me. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel and tell everybody you know, your mama, your mama's mama, your baby's mama's mama's mama. You can also find me on social media. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at CareFreeBriBlog. And speaking of blog, be sure to go to CareFreeBriBlog.com every Sunday for a new blog post from me, and come back here on Fridays where I'll have a new video. Lastly, be sure to use the hashtag CareFreeBri for all your interactions with me, about the blog, about my platform, about whatever having to do with all this. Okay, we got some stuff to get into, so let's go ahead and get into it. But first, peach pear LaCroix. What have I told y'all about peach pear LaCroix? I've said it's amazing. I said it's the bee's knees. I've said it, if y'all don't like it, you can, go take it up with your mama. And I stand by every word. So the coronavirus, aka COVID-19, aka Miss Rona, the Rona, Corona Vista, Corona Quarantina. I've heard so many versions of this, okay? It's taken over literally everyone's lives on the planet, some more than others, obviously, depending on how much money you have or how popular you are. And because of this, a lot of us are stuck at home, right? We've either been sent home by our jobs to work from home, or we've been let go from our jobs because they no longer have the ability to keep employing us. Meanwhile, rent is due, light bill needs to be paid, gas, the rest of utilities, insurance, which is gone, by the way, if you just lost your job. It's a lot going on, but at the end of the day, what we all have in common is that we are stuck inside, and a lot of us are losing our freaking mind. It's a lot going on no matter how this has impacted you, and that's not even addressing what happens if you do actually get the virus. The common denominator in all of this is that we are all trapped inside. I've seen y'all on social media, a lot of y'all are 2 seconds away from losing it. I'm not saying I'm blaming you, I'm not saying that I don't understand, I'm just saying I saw it. So I wanted to do something different. Instead of continuing to focus on the crisis of all of this, which is super easy to do and we do without even realizing it because it's just everywhere, I wanted to address the things that we can actually control, like how we address this whole working from home, living at home with our families without any type of separation or boundaries or whatever. And so I wanted to give y'all some tips on how to actually do that. I don't know if a lot of y'all know, but I've been working remotely from a job since October of 2019. And so I've had more time to practice this whole working from home thing, being away from people for an extended amount of time because of that. Granted, it wasn't because of a pandemic or the fear of contracting a virus, but it was because other things that were going on. So I work from home, full time. And I've had time to practice how to do that without going insane myself. So I wanted to give y'all some, not really tips or ground rules or whatever, but just things to be mindful of, things that might work for you, things that might not, things that could work for your girlfriend, your best friend, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so one thing I found helpful, whether you're working from home, staying at home in quarantine, whatever, is waking up at the same time every single morning. I don't care if that time is 7 o'clock, if it's 5, I don't care if it's 10 o'clock, just the same time every morning to get your body in the groove of continuing to be operating, continuing to be up and alert when you need to be. And when you wake up, do not reach for your phone first thing in the morning, okay? Please don't. You know why? Because you're gonna go to social media. It's not your fault. It's force of habit. It's a lot of funny people on social media. Black people, personally, I think are pretty hilarious. And plus, we've kind of been conditioned to do this, right? Like in the morning, the first thing we do is open up the paper, turn on the news, go and see what happened overnight on our phones. Stepping away from that in the mornings and not hassling your morning with chaos is really important. You can look at the news after you've had time to actually get up, enjoy yourself. But starting your day off with updates on the death toll of the coronavirus is not good for the rest of your day. It's just not. It can wait. Just give it a sec. This one is super important. Make your bed every single morning, okay? Making your bed is not just something that you do just because you're up or whatever. It also helps signal to your body the day has begun. We're getting up. It is time for us to arrive. Just like you tell your body that you're winding down when you do things like brush your teeth and get dressed for bed and all that stuff. That's just one of those things that happens in the morning. And it also feels good to look over and not see this huge pile of a mess on your bed, having your space a little bit cleaner helps to just kind of clear your mind, and it just kind of feels good. So yeah, make your bed every morning. I also find it helpful, even when it comes to not working from home in general, to just have a schedule. If I'm gonna be home for an extended period of time, I don't want to just sulk on the couch. I don't want to, fall into this deep state of depression and, you know, start being anxious or whatever. I want to be able to be as functional as possible if I need to be. And I can be functional and resting as well, but it's also helpful to be functional and active with it instead of passive. So when I started working from home, I made myself a schedule. I said at this time I'm gonna get up, at this time I'm gonna eat, I'm going to snack, I'm going to nap, I'm going to rest. I started to schedule every single thing in because I knew that if I just let the day go by and didn't pay attention to anything, my work would consume my entire day, including my breaks, including the lunch I was gonna eat, including the energy I needed to myself. And I'm not saying you have to stick to that schedule forever, right? Like, it's definitely up for modification. I'm just saying to start out, make a schedule, just have something to go based off of, you know? Okay, so when you're at home, whether you're working or not, relaxing or not, it's super easy to just let the day go by while you're doing mindless stuff, right? And then you forget to do the things that actually count, like taking care of your body. So with that said, drink water, eat healthy snacks. Like, I know this sounds like basic stuff, but like in times of panic or change or whatever, sometimes we forget the basic things just because we're just so jumbled up. So starting from the basics always helps, and it helps to remind ourselves of that too. It's fine to have your cookies and ice cream or whatever, but also make sure to pick up like your apples and stuff like that when you go to the grocery store. Because when you're home, you're gonna be around food more, you're gonna be snacking all the time anyway. So make sure it's a healthier snack. That way, you know, you don't pack on the pounds as much as you need to. And when I say pounds, I'm saying unhealthy pounds from like sugar and stuff. This is a big one. Do whatever you need to do to move, okay? I don't care if you have to play musical chairs with yourself. I don't care if every hour you switch rooms of your apartment or house or wherever you stay. If we don't stay loose, like that stuff starts to hurt, you know? And like it's bad enough that we're not in a comfortable position already just with everything going on. We don't need to also be tense while working at home or being stuck with our family. I've gotten around to doing some of my work by my dresser because my dresser is taller and I can just type on there, so making it like the standing desk. And I've seen people do creative stuff like that online too. So like, get creative with how you can move and switch positions and stuff. And then, you know how I mentioned taking breaks earlier? Do that outside. Go for a walk. Please go for a walk. Go outside. I know we are not allowed to be within close proximity to each other, but we can and should go outside. We need fresh air. The problem is being around people. It's not being outside, okay? I'm guilty of not taking walks when I need to because I live in Chicago and it'd be cold and stuff, but I know I need to do it, and I know I need to do it. I know I need to do it. I don't care if I'm coming off as a hypocrite. I am here to say, look, like, it's not easy to just be inside and then have to get hit in the face with all this cold wind. But I mean, like, it's starting to warm up. We need to get out anyway. Quarantine is like super hard for everybody. It's hard for me, and I've been working from home for months now because I got to stay inside, you know? I wasn't forced to. I could go to Starbucks if I wanted to work. Now I can't. I'm trapped here with my cat who wants to be very insubordinate and wants to steal my socks. True story, she's a sock thief and I'm tired of it. Do things that work for you when it comes to staying focused. It can be very hard to be at home and be focused. There is the huge temptation of having a mimosa in the morning when no one's looking. Do I find myself rolling out of bed a little later than I expected to, or being a couple minutes late to that conference call even though I'm at home? Yeah, all of that. Like, you just start to slip because you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I'm at home and I want to be comfy and I don't want to have to work. And I get it, but if you do things that help you stay focused, the day will go by quicker. So for me, I know what works is that if I'm lying down on the couch, I lie down on the side that is sitting away from the TV so I don't have the temptation to just like watch or whatever. Sometimes I watch TV while working, but sometimes like I just need to shut it off and work. It's also important to know what knocks you off of focus, right? So for me, that's gonna be like certain types of music, specifically R&B, and then certain types of hip hop, because I just be getting into it. Boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself, especially for the folks working from home, because like I said, you will look up and it is 5 o'clock and you forgot to have lunch or you didn't take your break or whatever. But this whole time you were working and your boss didn't say nothing. If you have to set an alarm for yourself or a reminder, do that, but you need to take care of you during this time as well. Your job is not going to be nothing if you are not together. So do what you gotta do with that. This one's really important, and I had to learn how to do this through therapy and just like assessing myself. Have things to look forward to, you know? I know we're inside. There's not really, much of a place to go like I have over there at that wall, and then there's that one. But there are still things that we can do to make ourselves feel excited to, you know, do them, to look forward to them. You know, we've seen so many people get creative about it, right? Like DJ D Nice and his jam sessions online. People doing all these challenges, however annoying they may be or not, there's still something to do, you know, something to look forward to, and find your thing. It doesn't have to be a thing on the internet. It could be you picking up a new hobby. It could be you know, having ice cream after work. Like just being like, oh my God, at 5 o'clock when I clock out, I am having this ice cream. I cannot wait. That is something to look forward to. It doesn't have to be big, and it can be small. It's whatever gets you through the day. And not just that, whatever helps you enjoy the day. So go for it. Accept that every day is what it is, okay? Some days you're gonna have a good day, and some days you're gonna have a bad day. Just because we're inside now doesn't mean that every rule changes. We're all adjusting. We're all gonna have days where we like really feel really crappy about this, and other days where we feel a little bit better about it. So, you know, just adjust accordingly. Do your best with your job or your situation. Do what you can do in that moment. And I think that brings me to my most important point. Take everything one day at a time. All you can deal with is the present right now. What happened yesterday happened. You can't do nothing to change it, boo. I'm sorry. What happens in the future, we have no idea what's going on. All we know is that there is a hailstorm of stuff going on right now, and we can't possibly take it on all at once. All we can do is what we have today. Do whatever you need to do to get through this, man. Like, because this is bogus. A lot is going on, and it's freaking scary. And that's all I had. Those are just things that have worked for me. I'm still working on them. I am a work in progress, clearly, if y'all don't know anything about me. But they've helped me improve my experience as a work from home person, as a remote worker, as somebody who had to make that adjustment early on. And I really hope that it will help with the folks who are just in their first week or couple weeks or their first month of this quarantine where people are being sent home. We still have 2 to 3 weeks left of this at minimum, y'all, because we know a lot of stuff is going on. I just wanted to make sure that you had something to walk away with and you felt like this helped in some way. And even if it's not you, share it with a friend or whatever. I just really want us all to feel as safe and together and as in control as possible. There's so much we can't control right now, but if we can figure out what we do have control over, things won't seem as terrifying. So I really do hope this helps. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of your hair. I really want y'all to stay healthy. Please stay inside, boo. Please, boo. Please, please. Stay inside. Since we all inside, let's enjoy each other's company. You can go ahead and catch up on my videos, on my vlogs, all that, since you inside and not doing nothing anyway. Just saying. Alright, y'all. I'm wishing you infinite freedom and perfect peace. Please stay healthy and please stay safe. This has been CareFreeBri. See you guys next week.